In this episode, we're going to take a look at a Masters of the Universe Origins figure that, to me, just is the perfect embodiment of summer. You know, because he speaks for the trees and stuff. It is Moss Man. So, stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and in this episode, we are going to unbox and play with the new-ish Masters of the Universe Moss Man figure. Now, this was a Walmart exclusive, and it came with a very hefty price tag. It originally retailed for $40, which blew my mind. I would go to, my local Walmart and see it up on the shelf, and I would grab it and put it right back. Because $40, even for a character that is one of my personal favorites, is way too much. Now, lucky me, Walmart actually got this item late. This is a 2023 release, the 14th wave of the Origins line. But it didn't hit the aisles of my Walmart until just a few months ago. So I think it coming in late, it kind of skewed that it wasn't selling. So it quickly went to clearance, and I got him for $20. Normal He-Man Origin price. So I was very happy about that. Of course, this comes with a few things. It says scent is included. That's probably why it has the high price tag, and it's a Walmart exclusive. But yeah, I'm very happy I paid $20 for it. So anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at Moss Man.
Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner will return after these messages.
Moss Man.
Moss Man is green, so I can't be seen. Ha ha ha!
He-Man, Moss Man, Skeletor, and Triclops figures, each sold separately.
Look, He-Man's alone. It's 2 against 1. Wrong, Boneface. It's 2 against 2. Moss Man fooled you. Yarg!
Moss Man, new from the Masters of the Universe collection. Other action figures, each sold separately. From Mattel.
Okay, folks, here we go. Here is the Masters of the Universe Origins Moss Man figure. Now, this dude, like I said, was a Walmart exclusive, which is really weird because there's no stickers or anything indicating that. And believe me, Walmart loves to put their name on stuff, so I found that kind of weird. Anyway, this dude had an original price tag of $40, and even with his extra accessories, I don't see it being worth the price. So I was very happy to get him on clearance. Now, down here it says Collector's Edition, moss-like fur, smells like pine. Was that enough to get the hefty price tag? I don't know. The smells like pine part, definitely worth it, but I still am very happy to get him half off on clearance. Anyway, the packaging. Beautiful artwork. Look at Moss Man here. Just looks like a total unit. And he's got his mace. And in the background here, we have a bestial humanoid of unknown origin. At least, I don't know who it is. Looks super awesome, and I would love to get a figure of him one day. Over here, we have the Eternia playset displayed, so super cool. And up here, shift the camera a little bit, we have Turbodactyl, which is part of the Powers of Grayskull toy line, which came out in '88. So the theme of this packaging is around the '88 mark, even though Moss Man himself came out in '85. Now, on the side here, let me pan the camera down a tad. All right. We have the Gigantosaurus, which was the unproduced dinosaur in the Powers of Grayskull line. I always found that these dinosaurs odd. I mean, is it fake? Is it a cyborg? I mean, here's He-Man popping out of his belly with a gat, so I find it kind of disturbing. But this dude was unproduced, so are we going to see this monstrosity in the Origins line eventually? That'd be pretty cool. Out of my price range and probably too big to have down here in the laundry room, but pretty cool nonetheless. On the back of the packaging, let me change the camera again. We have Mossman in his armor, which I don't ever remember seeing him with a mace. Awesome foliage against some of the Snake Men. I think these are newer Snake Men that are coming out, and I'll tell you what, this dude looks awesome. I love the colors. I love that he has a snake tail body. Really like this dude. Don't know the name off the top of my head, but I like him. Now, the other side here just has some Eternia foliage, and it looks cool. This artist did a bang-up job. I mean, even the top here, you got some running water through the roots of this tree. Just awesome. So, now that we took a look at all that, let's take a look at Mossman himself. Okay, here he is out of the packaging, and I am sad to report that off camera I did a lot of sniffing, and this dude don't smell like pine. He just smells like plastic. Now, if it won't injure the flocking, maybe I'll spray some, Christmas pine scent on him just to jog my own nostalgia. But yeah, very disappointed for the false advertising. I mean, again, he's probably been in this packaging for close to a year. Maybe that's the reason, but either way, kind of ticks me off. Now, of course, we get an awesome comic, Poison from the Stars. And I mean, he looks tough. I mean, he's got roots shooting out of his fingers and stuff. So we'll take a look real quick at what's inside this mini comic, but we have his armor, which, like I said, I don't remember him ever really wearing armor, so I probably won't display him with this. And what's up with this paint application? I mean, it just looks like spray paint just got hit right on this emblem. Not very pretty. Maybe that's what they're going for, but yeah, not a big fan of that. Here's his mace. Here we have the alternative head, which I'm not too versed with any modern interpretation of Mossman, so I don't really know what they're going for with this. It looks kind of like the Origins Beastman. I forget which one it is, Legions of Power or whatever version of them. Comes with an extra hand and this mace. So I like the weapons. I kind of like this head. And I dig that he comes with an extra hand for holding, so he could double wallop suckers with his two weapons. So I'm gonna make a call here, and we're not even gonna mess with this armor. I don't like it, so that's off to the side. Now, the comic, Poison from the Stars. Okay. The art's really nice. Oh, look, there's Orko. Here's the Snake Men dudes, their ship. That's awesome. Surprised they haven't made that yet. Oh, here he is on the T-Rex from that Powers of Grayskull line. Oh, Stratos. Heck yeah. Oh, look at Mossman there. Yo, he's truly repping. Look at that. Part of that monolith of plants there. Oh, using vines to take down this ship. Never. You will remain rooted here forever! Escape, my brethren. You will have our day. We will have our day. Sorry. Poof, 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 poof. There's the brethren jumping ship. Indeed, it's best to tend to the snakes in one's own garden. That's the mark of a true caretaker. Oh, it's late. I'm losing my ability to read. Anyway, that was the mini comic. I mean, he looks good. I love the flocking. Hopefully it doesn't flake off as easy as the original, especially with having extra articulation this time around. I mean, that's one of the things. I'm happy to have this because just in my searches over the years to get the original 85 version, I mean, the only cheap versions I see are like missing half of the flocking, you know, big patches, got mange kicking on his moss-like body. I don't know, wouldn't be mange, maybe aphids or something, whatever, is eating away at his moss. But, I mean, simple. I have such deep ties to this character simply because I received him for Easter one year. And back in those days, I don't know if I was just not as fortunate as others, but I never got gifts at Easter. It was just candy and old hard-boiled eggs. So to actually get him in 1985 as a gift, or it might have been 86, it was very special. And he instantly just had a place in my heart because of that, on top of being an awesome figure. I mean, this flocking and the smell just really meant a lot to me. Now, I even wrote a article in my blog years ago about the power of scent and how it unlocks memories, because at work one day I ran into somebody that smelled just like what Mossman did. I don't know what perfume they were kicking, but it was very pine-like, and instantly I thought of this dude and the memories came flooding back. So it was a fun article to write just because I got to reminisce about my adventures with Mossman. So, you know what? We'll just pretend I put this head on because I don't even care about the head. Let's switch out the hand. See how easy it is to... Oh my. Again, I don't want to damage any of his flocking, so I'm not trying super hard. And you know what? I'll say that's a negative point because it's not easy to come off. And, you know, people say boil and loosen the joints up and all that stuff. You can't put this dude in water or that awesome moss will disappear. So, yeah, negative points for how hard it is, but again, I'm not trying too hard because I don't want to mess up his awesome mossy exterior. So, you know what? We're just going to play around and do a couple of poses with Mossman and, yeah, celebrate Summer Stampede with the caretaker of Eternia's forests and flowers and fauna. Not fauna, but flora. So, let's get to some poses. Before I get started with this little diorama picture show, I just want to point out that Mossman was created to be the foe of Stinkor, and they both had scents, and they both were released in 1985. So, for this picture show, I'm going to bust out Stinkor to be his foe. Okay, back to me. I had a blast posing Mossman, attacking Stinkor in the little crappy diorama I set up. I'm still hammering out issues with how to present the reviews and, how I want to do the little diorama picture thing. So other than that, I was very happy with how the figure came out, how the posing came out, and how the pictures came out. My only issue is I think I rubbed some of the flocking off of his shoulder, which is a major bummer. Now, I have some model flocking of various green shades, so I'm kind of maybe one day going to try to replace it with that. It's not going to look that great, but I might try it. But for now, he looks great up on the shelf, and I'm going to try to forget about it and not beat myself up over it too much. So that kind of sucks. So unhappy about that. But all in all, great figure. So happy that I got it for a reduced price, because all those accessories he comes with, I don't care about. I just wanted the man himself, Mossman, because I have such a deep nostalgic tie to that figure, as I explained in the review portion. So if you skipped that or you missed it, rewind and check that out. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. It's late at night. I was making really good progress until I started playing with my toys. So you all know how that is. So on that note, I bid you adieu. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.